Hi everyone, my name is Manal Al-Faiz and you're watching From Scratch. On today's episode of From Scratch, we're making party snacks. We're gonna make two different party snacks. We're starting off the day with a sweet party snack. One of my favorite party snacks to always have laying around is churros. Churros has a base of a choux pastry batter. Super easy, super simple. For that, what you're gonna need is salt, flour, sugar, water, egg, and butter. So just like any other choux pastry, what you're gonna do is start off by adding your liquid. So we're gonna have our water right into our sauce pot right here. We're gonna add the sugar, pinch of salt, and our butter. So this goes all the way in over here. And what we're gonna do is bring this up to a boil, and then we're gonna add in our flour next. So for our churros today, we're gonna make them party style. So they're gonna be very mini churros. We're gonna fry them. And after frying them, we're actually gonna dunk them in this sugar and cinnamon kind of mixture right over here, which is going to really flavor our churros. Churros is usually something that you'll see in any sort of carnival. It's really delicious and it actually stays well for quite a long time. So I highly recommend for your next party to try out making churros. So this is coming up to a boil. What I'm gonna do is lower down that heat and add in our flour. So once you add in that flour, you wanna mix through quite well until it comes together into a batter. And you really wanna cook off that flour as well. So as you can tell, it completely changed from a liquid into a batter-like substance. What I'm gonna do is keep on cooking it until I start to notice a light film forming in the bottom. Another sign that our dough is ready to take off of the heat is you're gonna get a very shiny dough. As you can tell, there is a light substance forming at the bottom of the pan. What I'm also waiting for is for that kind of film or this layer to kind of turn brown in color. So as you can tell, we're getting a nice even browning at the bottom. That is one of the signs that I'm almost ready to take out my dough. What I'm also waiting for is for my dough to get a nice shine, which it is also happening. So what I'm gonna do right now is switch off that heat and take out my dough from my pan right into this bowl over here. And what I'm gonna do is let this rest for around 5 to 10 minutes. You just wanna wait until this smoke that you see subsides. So our batter is nicely rested. As you can tell, there is no such smoke coming out. What I'm gonna do is transfer it into a bigger bowl over here. And what we're gonna do is give it a nice whisk. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna add in our egg at this point and whisk it together very thoroughly. Maybe a bit tricky at the beginning to get everything nice and emulsified, but once it starts to emulsify, it's gonna be quite easy. So keep a spatula on hand to make sure that you can kind of remove the dough from the whisk and then get it whisking again. You can completely do this dough in a mixer as well, and that would also work. But since there is only an addition of 1 piece of egg, I'm not going to use the planetary mixer. So what I'm gonna do right now is transfer this into my prepared piping bag. I fitted my piping bag with a star nozzle. So my oil is nice and hot. You wanna make sure you're frying at or between 175 to 180. So mine is just a bit over that. So what I just did was lower down the heat to make sure it does not burn when I pipe in our churros. So I'm also setting up my station. What I have over here is my oil that is nice and hot. What I'm going to do is after frying, you can remove it, put it onto your prepared tray lined with some tissue paper, and then you're going to put it right into your sugar and cinnamon mixture. So I'm going to grab our piping bag and cut off the tip. So always the first few churros tend to burn. So what I'm gonna do is just try one and test out the heat in the oil, just to see whether or not I have to increase or lower down the heat. Again, we're making mini churros for today. What you can do is make them even longer, and then that's gonna be your more traditional churros. The oil is actually perfect, so what I'm gonna do is keep on going. So I'm grabbing scissors to cut off the size that I want, and this is a good trick to keep in mind. So very good tip to keep in mind is you don't want to overcrowd your frying pan. So just about this much is enough. This is going to really help you gauge that oil temperature. So these have turned into a really nice golden brown in color. I'm gonna take them out of the fryer and let them sit just for a little bit. And then I'm gonna transfer them into our sugar mixture. While that happens, I'm going to keep on piping some more and frying some more. So once these have nicely cooled down, what you want to do is transfer these right into your sugar mixture. Give them a nice toss, just like so, just to make sure they get fully covered with that beautiful sugar and cinnamon mixture. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fry off this very last batch of churros, and then I'll let them rest and put them in the sugar. Right after the break, we're gonna do the chocolate sauce. So here we have our churros that have rested. What's left to do is make the chocolate sauce. For that, what you're gonna need is some cream and some dark chocolate. So what's simply left to do is heat up this cream. So I'm just gonna turn on the stove top over here and get it nice and hot. What I'm gonna do to the chocolate, I'll transfer it into a larger bowl to get that mixed together with the cream. And this is exactly kind of like a ganache. So you're just heating up the cream and pouring it right over your chocolate. As you can tell, the cream is starting to slightly heat up. We're just waiting for this to come to a proper boil so we could pour it right over our chocolates. So, proper boil. I'm gonna switch this off and pour it right over our chocolate. It's super easy. What I'm gonna do is just let it sit for a little while so the chocolate can start to heat up. And then I'm gonna start mixing. So as you can tell, that chocolate has completely melted into the cream. And what I'm doing right now is just emulsifying the two together. You could use a whisk, that's also doable. So everything is nicely emulsified together. What I'm gonna do is pour this right into the container I have over here. So here is our churros that is perfect for a party snack. Up next, we're gonna work on our shrimp cups. Welcome back everyone. Our second party snack for the day is going to be tiny flavor bombs of some shrimp cups. They're really delicious. For that, what you're gonna need is some garlic, some shrimp, chopped cilantro, diced avocado, chili powder, lemon juice, olive oil, wonton wrappers, and some salt. So we're gonna start off with making the base of our main thing, which is going to be the wonton wrapper cups. So for that, I'm gonna just grab some spray grease and grease our tins right over here. And this is very quick and very easy. What we're gonna do is grab our wonton wrappers, tuck them inside to create some sort of cup. And what I'm gonna do is give them another coat of grease. And this is gonna really give them a nice golden brown color. So I'm gonna pop these in the oven. Keep in mind my oven is preheated at 180 degrees, so that's gonna stay in until it turns a nice golden brown. What we're gonna work on next is our shrimp mixture. So I'm gonna pop on some gloves. Our shrimp is gonna go into our bowl over here, together with our garlic. Chili powder, olive oil, lemon juice, and a good pinch of salt. So I'm gonna give this a nice mix. This is going to be spread out onto a prepared sheet tray lined with baking sheets. Spread these out nice and evenly. And these are also going to go into a preheated oven at 180 degrees until they are fully cooked through. So how are you going to tell when they're fully cooked through? Once they're nice and pink. So both our shrimp and our cups are ready to take out of the oven. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. You wanna make sure your cups look nice and golden brown, just like so. And here we have our shrimps as well. I'm gonna go ahead and grab some cups. Put them right into my slate over here. So we're on to the very final garnishing parts. So what I'm gonna start off with doing is grab our diced avocado and put that as the very first layer. You could swap out diced avocado to mashed avocado, or you could even remove the avocado in general. You could really top it off with whatever it is that you want. I'm gonna grab that shrimp and start topping off every cup. Make sure that you don't overcook your shrimp because you'll end up with a very hard texture. You want to cook it just until it's fully cooked, so it turns out to be nice and soft. What I'm going to do is garnish with some chopped cilantro. And just a sprinkle of salt. And here we have our two final party snacks made from scratch. We made some churros and some baked shrimp cups. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time on From Scratch.